Hey, what's going on, guys? Archman Mark here, and I'm back with another video for you. This is a video I've been wanting to do for a little while, but I wanted to make sure that I'd gotten caught up on all my reviews and getting those out there first. But as you could tell from what you're seeing on screen and from the title, I'm going to talk about The Walking Dead. And I'm a huge fan of this TV show, and specifically what I want to talk about is the season premiere from the season 6 premiere. Now, I know what you might be thinking, like, oh, Mark, that was like a month and a half ago. We're well into the season by now, and with the fall finale is coming up. What I want to talk about is not so much what happened in that first episode, but the premiere itself, the event itself. You see, going back to early October. Now, it was Sunday, October 10th, in which the first episode of season 6 aired on AMC. But 2 nights ago, before that, was a big premiere event that happened in the heart of New York City at Madison Square Garden. That AMC put on this huge thing, and it was such a cool event that I got to be a part of. I was able to go. They had a contest, and there were various winners, and they had a contest in which you could win tickets to this. And I forget, there were a couple other ways of getting tickets, but that was one of the ways, was the AMC contest. So I was one of the various winners. I don't know how many people were there that were from winners of this contest, but I was one of them, and I got to go, and this is so cool. So it's like Friday night, so the first night of during the week of New York Comic Con, or the weekend of New York Comic Con, and so I was there. I had tickets for that, so I was at the Javits Center for a good portion of the day to about 5:30, and then left, and then went over to Madison Square Garden. And it was so cool. About when I started to get in line with everyone before we were let in, that's when it started to rain, and that wasn't so cool. But, it was such a great feeling. Now, the episode was amazing. By now, I'm sure you've all seen it, and the subsequent episodes that have come since. And speaking of that, okay, this past Sunday's episode, and spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, how excited are we that Glenn is still alive? Yeah, that was really cool. Everyone was excited for that. And that was just great to see that he was still alive. He made it. But this was just an amazing event to be a part of. It was so cool. You get in there, and you're just surrounded by knowing that everyone in the arena is a fan of The Walking Dead. And if for anyone that lives in that area, if you've ever been to a sporting event or a concert or anything at Madison Square Garden, it's the world's most famous arena for a reason. There's something about it. May not be size-wise the biggest arena, but it's something about that it's just really there's something special. There just is. And you're in there, and you had it was, I think it was like 16 or 17,000 people, was reported, were in there to see the screen. These giant screens, this huge sound system set up, and they had Walking Dead merchandise, T-shirts, and things like that. I did buy this hat, season 6 hat. Says season 6, so that's very cool. It's kind of the official logo for this season. So it was just there. It was just something. It was such a great thing to be a part of. There's an energy. It's like when you go see a big movie in the theater, and it's like a huge crowd, and it's filled. You get an energy. You feed off that energy, and here you're cheering and laughing, and like going, gasping at certain moments in the episode. It was basically, now it was just the first episode. It was an hour and a half when it aired. Of course, a little less with commercials. Little more. It's an hour and a half with commercials. Of course, it would be less without the commercials. We didn't have to sit through commercials, and you just had that energy of the crowd just feeding off it, and it was just so cool. And then the sound, and then the look, and then the show, when everyone loved it, everyone was going nuts, and it ended. And then they had a little bit of intermission, and then they had a stage set up, and they brought out the whole cast of the show, which was so great. And I'm going to show you some pictures I have. Now, they had things set up. This is just some pictures on my phone, and you see they had props. There's Daryl's motorcycle, and there was a statue, and just the whole Madison Square Garden was transformed. See all the pillars in the hallway there. See all the characters, and show you. Trying. Hopefully you're seeing this okay. And it was just so cool. There's Carl. Everyone. I think all the main characters had pillars, and you could see they brought the whole cast out, and even cast members from the show that have been killed off, and past cast members, which was great. And just to see the ovation. And there's one. Yeah, you can see they were all there. Norman Reedus and Andrew Lincoln and Chandler Riggs and Denai Guerrera and just everyone. Yeah. Now this is me zoomed in on the big screens there. Just give you an idea. Now that is a picture that I took, not zoomed in, from my seat, and you could get an idea of the crowd. It was just so cool. So cool. And I just, like I said, the energy of the crowd, and you just cheering and screaming, and I know I'm repeating myself, but this is just something I wanted to try and give you guys some idea. This is the outside, and that's okay. And this was neat. They did this huge selfie of the whole cast. Like I said, they had the current cast members and former cast members that had killed off. They had Shane and Herschel and Tyrese and a bunch of others. I forget who else. But that was just something that I was fortunate enough to be able to go to. It was so cool. It was just really fun, and definitely one of the highlights of that weekend, and certainly the highlights of the year for me. So, for those who aren't Walking Dead fans, I'm sorry if this video is not for you, but it's just something that I had such a fun night and enjoyed doing, and it's something I wanted to share with you guys. And, hopefully for those who are Walking Dead fans, enjoy this little story that I had for you. So, just, yeah, loving the season so far. Like I said, with Glenn being back and all that, I think it's been really great. And we got this Sunday is the fall finale. And, that's it, So, that's my story, my memories, my take on that experience of being at Madison Square Garden for that big season 6 premiere. Let me know in the comments what do you guys think of the show. If you watch the show, what do you think of this season so far? Are you excited that Glenn is still alive? And yeah, please, I hope you enjoyed this video, and like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And until my next video, stay tuned and have a good day, guys. So long.